Hello everyone. Today in What Weird Thing Can I Knit? I decided I'm going to knit hair. So I bought some hair extensions from the local pharmacy and I'm going to attempt to knit them. I think I'm going to knit them two different ways. Half of them I'm going to attempt to knit as is, as frizzy as it is. And then the other half I'm going to attempt to braid before knitting them to see if that's any different. Let's get started, shall we? I'll take half of them off. There you go. So these are going to be the knit as is. I'm going to do like a slip knot. Oh, you see that? Not all the hair wants to go over. Let me just... I wasn't expecting to be that much of a struggle. My gosh. Okay. Thing with hair is it doesn't like to knot. I've attempted to like slip stitch my own hair when it used to be long and it was acting the same way. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think that's all that's going to be successful for this. Let me see how this works. So 1, 2. Oh, that did not go far whatsoever. Oh my gosh. Look at this. I think the hair might have been too thick for what I was trying to do. As strange as that sounds. I think I'm going to have to cut it and only use half of what this is. Let's just cut it here. Ooh. There you go. Only use half. Oh, wow. That's such a mess. Oh, my gosh. Wow. If this was my real hair, I would cut it off my head in an instant. It's like when it's this frizzy, you can't really do much with it. There you go. There's a slip knot, and we're just going to 1, 2, 3. All right, so now there's 5 stitches on. I think this is going to go a little bit farther. 1, 2. Now I did buy fake hair for this because I didn't want to be that creepy to use like real hair. Although I have attempted to use my own real hair in projects. And oh, wow, you look at that. Not all the hair made it through. Oh, I guess we'll just make sure it all fits this time. And the stitch came undone on me. Wow. Fun is that? Okay. I'm going to try to... Ooh. It wasn't... Why is it falling apart on me like this? Oh my gosh. I can't even sort that out. Look at that. That just like... That's why it was in the beret. Or no, this isn't a beret. This is a beret. Anyway, back when my hair was long, I once like saved the tips of a haircut in order to like make my own paintbrushes. They did not make very good paintbrushes. If I was going to use anyone's own hair, I would use my own. And while I have the good looking hair right now, it's not long enough to do that with. All right, I'm gonna hold those two together. Second row, this is a challenge. The first row is like disintegrating on me. Oh my gosh. Is this even? I just lost a stitch. I just lost a stitch. Okay. It's like falling apart on me as I'm knitting it. This is... I'm down another stitch. I only have 3 on the needle. And this is like falling apart on me. I don't even know if... It's like... I try to straighten it out and more comes out. This is like the most colorful like mess I've ever seen. It's like a unicorn is balding. Although I did buy fake hair meant for 12-year-old girls, and I'm more than double that, so I can't really blame them for that. Let's see if this works. Just might have to do... Yeah, the hair is literally, as I'm trying to knit it, it's undoing the row. I guess I could just like add an extra stitch here. And yeah, that just, it didn't even go through. Wow. And I just completely lost all semblance of a knit project. I just made a tangled mess. And I didn't even get to use the other 2. Well, knitting with fake hair in this state without doing anything to the hair is an absolute fail. I think I can agree with that. We're going to attempt to see if I braid the hair, if this hair even is braidable, if I'm going to have more success with it. I can also like more easily like connect with the braid, although like the blue hair is not like even. You can see it, it's kind of like that layered cut. So we'll see. Ooh, will it be more steady if I like clip it to my shirt? Well, except it's harder for me to reach. Ooh. Let's split this into 3. Ooh. This is a shedding nightmare. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was part of that? Okay. I feel like I should have a rubber band nearby. Or like something to hold the braid together at the top, because obviously this is going to come off at some point. Okay. Considering how curly this is, I don't think it was meant to be braided. It was just like, oh yeah, deal with the curls. There you go. I mean, it's a bit of a messy braid. Just a tad. So if I'm going to do this braid thing, I'm going to have to braid it like braid the others into it as I'm thinking about it. So let's hold that for right now as I cut what's going to be the next braid off, even though we know from experience this is a nightmare. Ow! That's why you don't cut towards yourself, folks. I was just violating blood circle, and there we go. Ow. That was not a smart idea. I know better than that. I have a scar that proves I know better than that, but still. Okay. Yeah, I got a scar on my thumb from a pocket knife when I was 16 because I was being stupid. Which means at this point, I have almost had it for half of my life. Not quite half of my life, but almost. All right. Here we go. I think we're just going to stick with 2, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how easily it wants to be braided and layered into each other. Yeah, so we're just going to hold that here while we try to use the other fingers to split this into 3. So 1. It's like knotted on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How are we going to weave this in? So we're going to hold you like that. Okay. I'm going to take another half and like this is your start. And it's shedding like an absolute nightmare. Okay. That was not a clean transition whatsoever. Once it's more secure, I'm going to show you what it looks like. It is atrocious. Okay. At least be able to keep on braiding. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So much for the clean transition. We still have like shedding chaos here. Oh. Okay. I think once I finish this, I will have enough to attempt knitting to see if it's any better. I don't know why, but it feels like this has like the same cursed vibe as a Furby. It's like cute but demented. All right. So in order to hold this braid in place, I think I'm going to use some yarn to like tie a knot because the yarn is nearby, even though I would use like a hair elastic if it was actual hair. Yeah, we've now reached the point where that part is shorter, so maybe not that much yarn. Smaller bit. Yeah, smaller bit. Wrap it around. The color scheme does not go whatsoever, but c'est la vie. We're also going to tie a knot up here because at some point I'm going to clip the barrette off. And we want the braid to stay when that does happen. There you go. All right, so now it's time for the slip knot. Cast on 5 or just 4. Yeah, this once again used up most of the yarn. Well, I was more successful in knitting this time. Let's try purling it. Oh, it went through the hole in the braid and wouldn't have been able to pull the hair through that. Yeah, that's still the same. Okay. And maybe one more row. Will we have enough room? Not sure. Oh, it doesn't want to go through, but I doubt. So that's knitted hair. It looks demented. It looks like an absolute mess. Not as much of an absolute mess as this, but still not really anything you'd willingly put on your head and go like, look how cute I am. Although, I mean, I still have the barrette, so. Yeah. And with that, I'll leave you. Have a nice day. So I actually decided to cut off the barrette to see how it would go. And that is not enough to hold the braid. Good thing I'm not trying to save this.